Howdy everyone, Poacher here with an Age of Magic video, and in today's video I want to talk about some things I'd like to see in the game. Now with the Insider program, we've learned a few things and there's some exciting stuff coming along. How it's going to play out, don't know yet, but we've seen the artifact stuff, which to be honest, I'm not so interested in the artifacts themselves. I'm more interested in the game mode that comes with the artifacts, which will be like these, from what we've seen, these single player bosses that we're going to be able to fight. So think of raids, but without all the nodes. There's just going to be a boss. It's going to have special mechanics. I believe it's going to have a lot of opportunity to mix a lot of different heroes, because you're not going to be after a faction per se. You're going to be after more a way to combat the effects of the boss itself. And I don't know if this is true, but someone said this in one of my streams the other day, and it made me think that in the new faction, the Fadarishi, we saw for the first time in a long time Virashan, who was a hero within the faction that has a leadership skill without actually being the boss of the faction. And that's not uncommon. We have heroes like that in the game already. However, it's the first time in a long time we have seen that happen. So the fun thing about his leadership skill is that he works with melee damages. So you don't need to put him with Fadarishi or even a two faction combo like the Renegade Demons. He works with a specific class, which in my stream someone suggested maybe that's designed in preparation for the Titans. Maybe there's going to be a boss that's going to require melee damages to beat, or something along those lines. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm happy to see that. I want to see those types of bosses. I think it's going to be fun stuff to make content on. Awesome. We've also wanted single player bosses for a long time. I think players are also just excited for something that's not just raiding. Another thing that we've seen in the Insiders is the concept of a I don't know how to explain this. It's like a map that you're going to have to try and conquest, and you're not playing with other players, you're not versing any other clans, it's yourself, your heroes. And the idea is that you take the nodes until you either get to the end or a central point where you need to verse a big bad enemy. So that's personally something I wanted to see in the game for a very long time. So I'm super happy with that as well. But that's only text. We've only seen text of that, no ideas, no concepts, no pictures. Whereas the Insiders, we've seen some pretty detailed stuff on artifacts and the bosses. So that's definitely on its way. Artifacts is the third thing. I'm excited for artifacts personally. I'm more excited for it in a PvE sense. PvP, I'm not a big fan of PvP. I've just never have been. I don't care what game it is. In terms of mobile gaming, PvP is just not something I care about. I just don't ever think it can be efficiently balanced, can be fair for every player. It's not really a skill-based thing as it is, do you have the latest things? That's always the way it is. It's the reason why I don't like it, and I personally like PvE content. And honestly, I feel like if you made a game purely with PvE content, the idea of power creep or heroes being too powerful doesn't become a thing. People don't care because you're not versing other players, and that adds a lot of frustration. So those are the three things that are coming to the game, and my thoughts on that already. But let's dive into a few things I personally would love to see within this game to both add content or help players. Number one, and this is a concept that is not brand new. This is in many other games. In the game at the moment, we have over 150 heroes. I don't actually know what the number is. I can check real quick if you want me to. I know you want me to. Let me just really, really quickly check. We have 188 heroes in the game. Now, there is roughly 2.5 heroes released every month. So the number's just going to... We're breaching 200. We're breaching 200 for sure. That's a lot of heroes. And not every hero in the game is being used. There's a lot that are just forgotten about. You're not using them anywhere. There's no real need to use it. There's not even really content that requires you to use it. Perfect examples of these are kobolds, high elves. I mean, even the top factions have sometimes a singular hero that's just kind of forgotten. Let's take Theodore, for example, not used in the Cloud Wanderers. People sometimes use him in clan battles, but more so, he's just not really used in the content you're going to be using the Cloud Wanderers in. So I'd love to see, and this is more not really a game mode, this is a way to help players with potential resources, is, every day you log in, you have, 5 missions, and these missions require X heroes to participate. Maybe this one's a super hard one, it requires 5 heroes, and this one requires 2. Okay, and it's pretty simple. This mission requires 5 super powerful heroes. I don't know, 7 gold star, 5 arcane. Oh, that's a G. Arcane star, and maybe level 100. Okay, you select the hero requirements for this, and you send them off to do this mission. Pretend it gets you 100 gold. Okay, you send them off to do this mission, and while they're off doing that mission, you can't use those heroes in any other content within the game, and they are there almost working for you. You've collected them, you've put the effort in, they're yours, you're not really using them anywhere else. Put them somewhere else to be useful. Okay, sure, they can go out, maybe this one gets you 50 rubies or something, and it requires 3 range damages or something. Doesn't matter what range damages they are. If you've got them at the requirement needed, you can send them off and get your resources. Nice and simple. Nothing crazy. Doesn't need a lot of design. Just needs a few pictures. Send people off. They're locked from your account while they're on that mission. Just a little boost. And it makes it feel like you're getting a little bit of use out of those heroes that you once built but no longer are using in anything efficient or important within the game. The next thing I've always wanted as well, I've already pre-drawn it, is a solo raid. Now, in the game, we have raids that we participate in with a whole clan, and you have to rely on those clan members, you have to rely on your clan. Sometimes someone's a bit slow. Understandable, people have lives outside of this game. This game's not the be-all and end-all of everyone's life. You have to take care of some stuff. I'm going to admit right now, in raids in my clan, I'm slacking real hard because my partner's visiting me, and jumping in the game to lose my Cloud Wanderers over and over again is the last thing I want to be doing. But it is what it is. What I would like to see, though, is a solo raid where you don't have to rely on anybody. You don't have to rely on friends. You don't have to rely... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's put that in. Let's put friends in here, okay? That'd be a cool concept as well. So friends or solo. Or maybe you can do 2 different ones, okay? And the idea is that you earn your own currency, the same as you spend energy to earn raid portal stones, to earn event raid portal stones. You would also earn your personal portal stones. And with that, you can open your own raid. Now, this raid can vary in difficulty, and you pick whichever one is suited for you. The way it would work is a little bit different to regular raid in the sense that, you're not doing one of these raids per day. That would be unrealistic. It would be way too much work, way too much effort. Maybe lasts a week, maybe even a month if you could make it big enough, or, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Make it however you want, just not daily. But the idea would be is you open this raid and you have to use your heroes to beat the map. And, if you jump in and you use your Cloud Wanderers here, the Cloud Wanderers are locked to this lane. They have to be used there, or they have to be used here. Okay? It would leave it up to you. You have to decide where your heroes are best used. Once you lock them into a lane, they are locked there for good, and you're just going to spend that month just slowly smashing through this raid. And, you could even have a leaderboard if you wanted to. That would require you to have many levels of difficulty, because otherwise you'd have a leaderboard with however X amount of people in this game are playing. So you'd really want to cut it down and have maybe top 1,000 players. So make this raid extremely hard. I mean, to the point where it's impossible. No one in the game is achieving that level. You can't even reach the top level difficulty. But it is there for in the future when power creep comes out, a new medallion is released, a new something is released that makes your hero stronger than what we currently know them as. Level 120 is released, that players can then keep pushing the harder versions of these raids. The idea would be it's just a bit of content you can play throughout the month. Again, it's going to give you these little bit of rewards that are just going to help boost your account in some way. Figure out what you want to put in. Each node has its own reward. Okay, none of this. I mean, you'd still have a chest for finishing it, but overall, and like this could be a really cool way to introduce, those heroes that are not collectible. This requires a lot of teams, some way, but you could start earning them at the very least, and help players start building into that end game content. But yeah, I would love to see a solo raid. I just play at my own pace. I don't even have to do it. Obviously, you will because you want the rewards, but you're not rushed. You've got a long time to get it done. You just get in, do a node a day. That would be plenty. If you're efficient, just want to get it smashed out, get it done day one, go for it. Then you can take the rest of the 29 days off if you want. But yeah, this could also work with a friend. You could open a small version of what we currently know as raids and invite specific friends, help them. The way this could work and the way this could benefit the community is if you are strong enough and you're happy to, maybe you could invite weaker people into your raid, and you know that you're going to be strong enough to clear the majority of it for them, and maybe they could benefit a little bit. This needs to be built on the way we work with friends in this game. Not clans, friends. If you ask many players within this game, why do they hang around? Why do they play it? It's because of their friends. They like to play with their friends. So if you can somehow build on this, okay, I think that you're going to see some pretty good improvement in the community. But yeah, solo raids, I'd love to see it. The final thing I would like to see, I mean, there's plenty of stuff I want to see, but I'm just going to focus on 3. And to be honest, if you want to see something, write a comment in the video, and I can maybe do a video 2 on things we'd like to see in this game with some cool ideas people come up with. But the last one I want to see is, this is a really poorly drawn picture of the user interface. So what you see when you log into the game, where you've got your tomb of your tombs, your Cradle of Chaos, your arena, your main screen, okay? What I would love to see is, like, every now and then we get a massive community event. And, many games do this. Normally they do it when they start, or maybe they've got one running for it's a weekly thing. And the idea would be that, in the back there's a big bad threat. Okay, this threat is not exclusive to a clan. It's not exclusive to a player level. It's it's just a big bad enemy in the background, and maybe it has, like, I don't know, a bajillion HP. It goes off the screen, just keeps going on, and every single player works towards beating this threat. Now, it's not easy. It's got its own mechanics. The mechanics change every time it resets. Maybe it's a different boss. Whatever you want. But the idea is that every single player works together in whittling this guys down to 0 or as close to as possible. And the idea would be that, depending on how well the community does, a generic reward is given out to everybody, and maybe like the top 100 players get a very special reward. And I'm not talking resource heavy or anything like that, but maybe just a token that lets them stand out to other players. But the idea would be that we are one, we work together, we bash this boss down, and we try and get the best reward for everybody possible. And then the people that stand out and have done the most, that contributed the most, they can get some prestigious award that, again makes them a little bit, maybe it's a chrome skin for one of their heroes, like a golden skin or something. Just, something that can easily be seen that this is pretty exclusive. I haven't seen this anywhere else, and show it off. But yeah, I'd love to see just a boss everyone works together on, and we figure out the best teams to use, the best heroes to use. Maybe there's not even a best team. Maybe the boss has so many mechanics, you just focus on trying to negate one thing from happening to you. Maybe he applies bleeds, for example, and you try and build a team that can negate bleeds and you focus on that or whatever, just something like that. But it would just be like, it would be nice to see something we all get to work towards. And again, then it's, everyone puts the effort in. You're not being able to pinpoint any slackers. Everyone's at a different level. You don't have to jump in. You got maybe 3 attacks to use in the duration of its life, and you just do them whenever you want. But yeah, I think that'd be cool for the community. It'd be just fun. It would just be something fun within the game. And there you go. There are 3 things I personally would like to see in Age of Magic. Honestly, if the game is what it is, we get whatever we can, but there's no harm in dreaming, is there? But if you would like to see something personally, like I said, leave a comment below. If I find some really good suggestions or some really cool ideas, I could do a part 2 and throw them in as well. Also, yeah, like I said, my partner is here, so she is hopefully going to be in a video pretty soon. We're figuring out what we want to do a video on. We can do a tier list of something or talk about our favorite heroes or something. I just want it to be a nice, relaxing video, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer it to the best of my ability. Wherever you are in the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.